So we all know that 2B2T is a anarchy server in Minecraft that has no rules. It's supposedly one of the oldest anarchy servers in Minecraft. What I'm essentially going to be doing is I'm going to be surviving and trying to play the game normally with no mods, no hack clients or whatever. So I tried to join the game, but lo and behold, I was greeted with a queue like everyone else because guess what? This game is very popular because of all the prominent YouTubers promoting it. I had to wait roughly around 4 hours just to get in. Yeah, it took a while. I was doing my own thing. I was playing my own games. So if you're a new player, just be aware that you're definitely going to have to wait a while unless you want to buy priority queue, which is something that I personally wouldn't do unless you're really into the game.
But moving on!
I joined the world and I was greeted with a surrounding of darkness, surrounding my void and soul. Why would this happen to me? I was very surprised that the players of this map were able to make players spawn underground to bedrock. Right above the players is just an endless void of blocks covering the surface, surrounded by darkness. I already knew that I was in for hell. To make matters worse, I did not even bring a hack client with me. I didn't bring anything because, quite frankly, I'm too afraid to install those kind of things because, you know, I don't want to get a virus. Sure, I might not get a virus, but I'm still fearful of that kind of stuff. So we're doing this hardcore, baby.
And hardcore it was, because guess what?
I had encountered a wither, and that wither basically completely destroyed me, like it should. I get the feeling that I was going to die a bunch of times, and boy oh boy was I right. I had died numerous times, so many times in fact, that I could not even clip them. I died way too many times. Let's talk about the scenery real quick. Now, one thing I really appreciate about this server is how interesting it looks. You just have blocks flying everywhere, and you have random structures just laid behind, like who built these? What did the structures look like? It was really fascinating, but might I digress. My goal is to survive, to make a living in this Minecraft world. So I found a nether portal. In fact, there were many nether portals around me in base. It's very useful. So I took advantage and I hopped in. And I seem to be very lucky here because as I hopped in, I had encountered a nether highway. Now you might be thinking, what the hell's a nether highway? You're probably not thinking that because you already know what it is. It speaks for itself. It's a highway made of obsidian. So I decided to take the path on the highway and just walk along until I found something interesting. The game had also greeted me with a bunch of wither signs above my head. 3, in fact 4. 5, I don't know how many there was. It was very anxiety ridden. I had eventually found this random sign that was on the floor. And you know what I did? I picked it up and I put it back. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about that. I had eventually stopped my path until I found 2 strange nether portals right together. And I thought to myself, this looks very interesting. Why don't I hop in these nether portals? What is the worst thing that can happen? Everything. Everything worse can happen. If you're on an anarchy server with no rules, expect the worst. But I didn't listen to all that, so I just hopped in anyways. Because I'm Krac. And honestly, it turned out alright. I was spawned in a very decent place. Not that bad. Not as worse as I expected. I eventually found a random giant waterfall that you literally cannot see because it's nighttime. And I hopped in. I eventually hopped off and I found some animals that I was able to kill. Yes, this was the first time I found animals. It was amazing. I didn't think that this game would be able to spawn animals near spawn, considering the amount of griefing that happens there. I was very lucky and I found some food sources. But that's going to be short-lived because I'll probably die really soon, knowing the nature of the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft. As Fit MC says himself. Oh, by the way, I did die shortly after. For some reason, I didn't record it. So, as I respawned, I had explored some of the world again. And oh my, I was in awe. I loved this map. It was fascinating just seeing all the structures. I was like,
Holy shit, mate! Yo, what the fuck? Yo, it's gonna imagine. Oh my god!
oh, and then eventually I found another nether portal, which I hopped in, which I shouldn't have done because things were going to turn out really bad for me. I died again and again and again. And this is the part where I talked about me dying over and over again earlier in the video. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I just ate one of the spiciest noodles in the world. Please excuse me for that. Around 20-30 minutes later, I decided to give my own thoughts live in the video. This is what I had to say. Oh my god, my game's lagging. Something just happened. I'll be honest, this chat is not as bad as I thought it would be. I was expecting like advertisements and just spamming and just people spamming like really racial stuff. But no, not today. I decided to put my little mark on the server. In fact, I've scattered these around the 2B2T area, so if you find them, you can let me know. I can't even read what it says. I had eventually found myself this random never highway in the overworld. So I did what every single player would do and I made my escape. But lo and behold, I had encountered my very first player and I just watched the distance go up to a creeper and he just killed him. Oh my god. My first player experience. Oh my god. Get it together. I saw a man for the first time. I saw them die in Minecraft. I too had responded by dying as well and I had spawned up like above obsidian. I don't know how this happened, but I was very lucky. And I decided to take a giant break and I completely forgot that when you pause the game, it does not pause the world. And this had happened to me. Yeah, overall, pretty excitingly sad. However, on my last attempt, things started looking really positive as the lands turned into grass and green and the animals started popping up from God knows where. I thought to myself, there's actually a chance at this. So I gathered food from as many mobs that I could see in my sight. And I was just like,
Fuck you! Take this, you son of a bitch! I've been starving for too long!
so I eventually just found a random boat that was just scattered in the middle of nowhere and I took it and I decided to sail a little bit. And man, was it really nice. It really started to feel like I was in a normal Minecraft world with all the trees and scenery. And besides from the odd block here and there, it felt like normal Minecraft. So I found myself some coal and I decided to mine it because I was going to make the most out of all my materials. And guess what? I had actually made stone materials, which was progress. I had stone tools in my arsenal. This should surely help me in my 2b2t survival Minecraft thingy-majig. I don't even know what this video is, to be honest. And so I made myself some steak, which is quite normal, and then proceeded to do the next best thing in Minecraft. Mine. I was able to find myself a heck ton of iron, and for a second I completely forgotten that I was playing on an online server full of anarchy and hell. And I proceeded to make some iron tools with it, and with that I believe I had made some sort of progress. Now, what did I think of the server? Well, it's very hectic, I'll tell you that. Trying to escape spawn is a challenge within itself. If you're a new player, I would recommend using some sort of mods to escape, because that was nearly impossible for me. But if you want to know the definite answer of whether you could survive starting out on 2b2t, well, my answer is yes. But it's going to be very difficult. You see, I used no mods, which means I made this challenge even harder for the average person. So if I was able to escape spawn, then you surely can. Okay, that's the end of my video. Subscribe, yeah. Give it a like, give it a comment, and please check out my other stuff. Thank you. I'm Krac. Bye.